Hello, Tunyaun, you okay? I've always loved circus performers, acrobats, and those kind of aerial performers they use to launch big events. I'm amazed by their courage and their precision, and also by what the human body can do if it's properly trained and has the right preparation. But even the most skillful acrobat, even the most amazing and fearless rigger or scaffolder or high wire artist has to be securely anchored. Just as you shouldn't climb a ladder unless it's fixed somewhere, hopefully with someone footing it. So you can't do those kind of tricks unless your body weight is somehow secured to something that isn't moving. The same applies to buildings. So when Thomas Telford wanted to build his suspension bridge here in Conwy, he used the best weight available, Edward I's castle and the rock it sits upon. I suspect it was a bit easier in those days to knock holes in listed buildings and attach things to them. But here it is, still standing strong, this bridge, the chains behind me, pulling on the rock, held secure. And it is, of course, a potent metaphor for our relationship with God. I've been feeling more than usually busy and stressed recently, and therefore a bit grumpy as well. But when it's all coming too quickly at me, I try to remember that actually, however complicated the world is, my anchor, my security is very simple. Not attached to a building or a rock, but attached to Jesus Christ. In Matthew 16, we hear the story of how Jesus quizzes his followers. Who do people say that I am? And then, who do you think I am? Well, top of the class, the one who gets the right answer is Simon Peter, as he's to become. He says, "You're the Son of God. You're the Messiah, the anointed one who's going to save us." And Jesus commends him and says, "You've understood this. This came from God. And on this rock, I will build my church." And his nickname from then on was Rocky, or as we would say, Peter. Now, I don't think that meant that Peter, as a human being, was to be uniquely the father, the rock on which the church was built. I think Jesus was talking about his confession, his insight of who Jesus is. And it's particularly important because Peter, of course, went on to fail him catastrophically, to betray him, and then to need to be restored and renewed for his ministry and his calling. So when I get it wrong, catastrophically or otherwise, I try to remember that the rock my life is built on is not me or my faith or anything I do or don't do, though these things matter. The rock my life is built on is who Jesus is. Because of his truth, I can be secure. Because he died and rose again, I don't need to be afraid. And however much I find myself a long way from my comfort zone, reaching out into a culture and a world where Christianity seems very alien, I know that I'm still connected, still anchored to the true rock, Jesus Christ. And I pray if your world is complicated or stressful at the moment, if you feel without foundation, that you would hang on tight to the one truth that never changes. Jesus is Lord. Amen.